Good morning. It is Monday, March 10th, 2025. Happy Mario Day. I'm Anthony, and this is Drive Dive. So I guess, right, you're here because you've got maybe some concerns about productivity, or you're looking for some, tips and tricks on how to be more productive. And so I'm just putting this out there so you get some sort of barometer, I suppose, right? Looking into my life as I reflect on some things I've read about habits, and right now Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. I'll give you a recap of my weekend, my thoughts on my levels of productivity or whether or not I feel productive, and then you take that with you and decide whether you're doing a good enough job for yourself, or if you need to somehow engage in some sort of improvement process, as James Clear says, get 1% better every day. So for me, the weekend, I guess I'll recap from Friday, as that was the last time I recorded. It's interesting. I don't know if I really remember Friday night. I got to hang out with my daughter while my son and my wife were out at a show, so spent a lot of time with her. Ran around, picked up some Lorcana cards. Right, the brand new set just dropped this weekend at small local stores. Big box retailers happens later, so it's pretty cool. They support small businesses that way. After that, I think we took care of some dinner. On the way home, at home, then I wanted to hit up Guitar Center with her. She's really young. I don't know what she's into yet. She can't really tell me what she's into, but we have a drum set at home, and she bangs on it from time to time, and I'm thinking, maybe she's musically inclined, so, we'll take a trip to Guitar Center, see if anything, speaks to her, and, aside from this, bright green colored electric guitar with some pink accents, real watermelon-looking thing, that costs, I think it was $450 or something, which we were not picking up, right? I can really push the envelope and kind of dive into things, but I know the limits, right? I'm not going to buy a nearly $500 piece of equipment on a whim, thinking, she might be interested in music, But given we have a drum set at home, I was okay picking up a little cowbell action accessory to kind of add to the kit, and then she grabbed a few. By a few, I don't know why more than two, but she picked up 3 of these little pink maracas. So I said, why not? And that's what we ended up leaving Guitar Center with. Saturday was super busy. Started off with soccer in the morning with my son for about an hour. Home for lunch, cleaning up a little bit, and then he and I went to, again, Lorcana dropped this weekend, so we went to a sealed event. It's a bit different if you're new to TCGs, right? Just a bunch of different formats and things. So anyway, we went and played cards, right? Without getting into too much detail there. But, that took us all the way up until, 6 o'clock. We're driving home, and then he wanted to go to another card shop where we started playing. And so, to try to, make an appearance, right? Maintain those relationships, say, hey, goof around a little bit. Slightly different atmospheres. If you do end up ever, checking out TCGs, different stores, different groups of people, different vibes. So it was cool to just go to this second shop and hang out despite the hour, despite already having been out, all day. We then went to a second shop, and so, got home around, 9 o'clock or so. And then yesterday was, I don't remember. I don't know. The big thing I was trying to tackle was a sort of basement project where I've got California Closets coming in to install a desk, and so I'm hoping to get an electrician in there, and then I end up being the painter. So I tried to spackle a little bit, which is just super hard to do with the kids, vying for my attention and whatnot. Tried to spackle a little bit, but I had to move a lot of furniture. It was certainly the couches away from the walls, and even then, I'm only looking at maybe the stairwell down into the basement, and then the couple walls that I really do need to paint that the desk is going to touch, right, and be on. I got to take care of those walls. So think that was it, right? I say that's it because I'm like, gosh, I didn't work out at all. I really didn't do any like work, I teach high school, so grading papers and, writing tests and lesson plans and really planning out the week. So I have an idea in my head, but I didn't get to really sit down and get all that on paper. But it's like, so was I productive or was I not productive, right? I mean, I did some things. Yesterday, too, we took our daughter to a music lesson. I looked for that while my son was at soccer. I was there with him. It was cool. They have a small field, so I was able to get some steps in, just kind of pacing back and forth while he was practicing, running through some drills and stuff. And then I was like, let me see if I can get, my daughter signed up for some music lessons. And I actually found one for her age group. But by the time we got there, just the timing and things, maybe the time changed, right, as we sprung ahead this weekend. And she had just woken up from a nap, so it was not a pleasant experience. She did more crying than actually playing. But yeah, we warmed up a little bit in the end, and kind of as a family played Old MacDonald Had a Farm with these tubes. I don't know if you're familiar, musically inclined, not. It was kind of cool. But yeah, was I productive or was I not productive? And I think James Clear, when he talks about goals and systems and so on, I know for me, right, was I productive or do I just feel productive? Sometimes I don't feel productive, and you could say I was not productive because I didn't work out. Right? I have equipment at home. You can call it a home gym, and I didn't work out all weekend. I don't think I even got on the walking pad, right? Is sort of a new trend, right? Not a full-fledged treadmill, but a walking pad. I don't even think I got on that for 20 minutes, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. But the one thing I did do, right, and I consistently do, is I stick to my diet. Right? I do count my macros. I've shared in previous videos that I pretty much eat the same thing every day. Comment down below if you're interested. I put it in writing instead of pointing out the video and making you watch another video just to get the details of my diet when I eat every day. My weight loss goals, and the progress I've made there. And so for me, it's like, okay, well, even if I didn't work out, I can say in that realm, right, I was still productive in that realm on that front, making progress toward that goal, or at least not losing any ground that I gained, on that goal. Now, by sticking to my diet, I'm not gaining excess body fat or losing, I don't think, any of the muscle that I've worked to gain. So it's one of those where, yes, I would like to have the hour each day to work out. I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour each day to work out. But if I don't, at least I stuck to my diet and I can still feel productive, right? I would have loved to have painted the entire basement, but all I did was spackle. Didn't even sand yet. I have to sand and then probably go back through and make sure, see if I need a second coat on some of these various, scratches and gouges as we've moved furniture up and down the basement stairs, and maybe as like the kids have, roughhoused a little bit and thrown some things and, took some, like I said, scratches and gouges or things of that nature, to the walls. And so it's like, yeah, how much, what counts as progress, and or how do you feel? And I think that's what's more important, is how do you feel productive? Feel that you've made progress. And yeah, I don't know. I guess, I'll leave it at that. It's like, yeah, I didn't get the basement done, but I did spackle. I do know how to spackle, and I was able to at least apply that knowledge, that skill, in some small way. Yeah, there's a lot of development going on around me, right? With my family, my young children, right? I was able to help my son be productive and get better at soccer, and help my daughter with her speech. She keeps bringing up this girl's name, and I'm like, and so we've just been reciting it. Last night we were saying, yeah, we'll see Melina on Tuesday at soccer. and she would, I don't know, we just kept going back and forth, right? So some speech development there, right? Like, so strengthening relationships and helping my children grow, and it's just, you've got to take it where you can get it, where and when you can get it, and feel good about it. Granted, look, it's, I think I try to stress it's not perfect. It will never be perfect, and I don't know that, right? It's a mindset thing. I could look at things and say, you know what? You're not productive. You were not productive. Your goals, why do you have them? Right? Or I could say, like, hey, there are only 24 hours in a day. There's a reason we call it adulting, right? We have names for these sorts of things. The struggle is real, embrace the grind, right? All kinds of sayings, because it's not easy. And so, that was my weekend. With that, right, like I said, you can compare. If you'd like, I hope you're able to compare and say, okay, maybe I'm faring as well or faring better than this guy, than that guy, than Anthony. And hopefully feel better about yours. If not, I don't know, comment down below. Talk about some stuff, see what you got going on. At least feel better about it. I had a buddy over, and I first thing I did was apologize for the mess. I was like, dude, is your house like this? So he's got 4 kids, and we have 2. And he calls it a clan. He's like, dude, you got kids. Like, this is your house. Like, it is what it is. And so I know that I need that in my life at times, that sort of comparison, right? Or to just to know that, okay, like, I'm doing okay. Because I just picture my house is a mess, and James Clear says, like, your clutter is this sort of like accumulation of your tidying habits or your cleaning habits, right? And so you have this habit of not putting things away, and after a week, your house is a mess. And it's like, maybe if we had the time, we didn't have all these demands on our time, we would have better cleaning habits and find the time to put something away. Or when I try to clean up a block set, my daughter's telling me, no, daddy, even though she's not playing with it. I'm like, all right, I guess it's staying out, sort of thing, right? I mean, we're not necessarily at fault for these things, but it's nice to know that other people are struggling with the same, that they sort of have the same results, right? The same messy house, because they're struggling with a lot of the same things we are, and they're not necessarily faring any better. So I think you might at least gain some comfort in hearing all of that from me. So comment down below, any thoughts on your feelings of productivity, your weekend, whether you felt it was a good one. And like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, all that usual stuff. I'll get into an audiobook later this afternoon, share some more thoughts tomorrow morning. Happy Monday.